Hello everybody, GL1 here, and welcome to my online toy museum. This year is the 30th anniversary of the White Tiger Zord, and I have several I can show you. Well, the first thing I'm going to begin with is a 30-year-old white Power Ranger who becomes or controls the White Tiger Zord. So this guy's really old, as you can see, 93, and it has excellent articulation. This was not common back then, to have all the ankles and the knees and to be able to twist the legs, full shoulder articulation, even you can turn the biceps up in the joint. Fingers, you even have a front finger that moves and the rest of the fingers independently, and a wrist that swivels, elbow. These were very highly sought after back then. If anybody remembers, there was like a craze to get all these Power Rangers, and I have the Red Ranger too. This one I got secondhand. It's missing the gun. It probably had a sticker, and missing, I would guess, a sword. But still, just glad to have it. And it's got that really good, hard, shiny plastic, just high quality. And you can really get him into a lot of different positions, and he can stand up in those positions because of the articulation of the ankles and knees and all that. Well, they also had, of course, the Zord. So I have the Tiger Zord from back then as well, and he is in pretty good condition. I put batteries in it. I cleaned out the battery case. There was some corrosion in there, but we can still get him to roar. And it lights up. So he's got two buttons here. And it's made out of that same hard plastic. It doesn't have elbows that move, but he can turn his hands like that. The sword is missing. You can see these fold down to become the tiger feet. This arm was broken off, and let me show you how I fixed it as best I could. So I just put a screw down in there, and then it catches up inside here, so I just have to kind of slide it in. It falls off, if you hit it, but at least it does still turn and will stay up. So, better than nothing, right? And I'll convert that later. It also had these red pieces you see down here. It had those up in there. Well, those are all gone. Actually, it converts quite easily. Let me convert that now. Oh, and also you can put up this other, like, helmet. That's true. You can do that too. All right, so let me get into the conversion. Okay, so the first thing you can do is you can just push his head right down like that, and then rotate the body thusly, and then move these forward. Just fold these down over the hands, and close his mouth if you want. And then the legs are interesting. They do is they just flip up, and then you have his feet here. Maybe I should have done that first. Pull the feet forward. And then flip this up. Okay, it folds on itself. And then unfold the feet. And you see the joint in there. And then it just kind of rotates. Just got to make sure the feet are out of the way. And then that snaps in. And then you have the feet. And there you have your White Tiger Zord. All right, so there you go. And I guess you can put your guy on top of there. I guess you can kind of sit on there like that. Okay. All right. Well, last year, on the 30th anniversary, or this year, I'm sorry, they came out with this White Tiger Zord that has limited articulation, just like the original. But it looks like it. You know, and it's expensive though. This still is like $24, $25. Much better deal is the one that came out before it. And I did a show recently on a bunch of these. You have better articulation on this, and wrist articulation, and you know, shoulders, and the head turns more. And it's a bigger scale. This is like a 6-inch scale, and this is a 7-inch scale. So, well, things really changed a few years ago when they came out with this really nice white tiger Zord. These are expensive. At the time, I think they were around $80. But you know, I haven't even looked up what they're worth now. They're pretty. Spent a couple $100 probably. So you have the hands that can close. You got a nice sword. Doesn't light up or anything. Mouth opens. The head does not turn, but you do have. You can put, you know, that crown up there. It did not come with these, and I'll tell you about those. Yeah, they come off. Okay. So you can pop those up if you want. So it can look like that. And he has elbows, you know, and knees, a little bit of articulation, no hips. All right, well, these here go to the Build a Zord system. And I have a whole bunch of Build a Zords, and I haven't even shown really any of them yet. And the way these work is you turn the wheel, and then that turns around, and that builds this here. This is part of the Build a Zord system. All right, so you have your, I think this is like a 5.5-inch scale white Power Ranger. All right, and good articulation there. Knees. It's got the sword. Head doesn't bend, it just goes left and right. And there's no waist turning. But this is the Build a Zord system, and you can, you know, mix and match pieces. And this is one of the few Build a Zords that actually has a missile that fires. So it has a spring-loaded missile, and push that in, and then you can fire that out. All right, and then it can become, you can put it into a vehicle mode. You can turn it like that, so it just has all wheels. Or like that, it's a Zord. And then these pop off. You see they have these octagon pieces here. All right, and then you have a seat that lifts up, and you get your Power Ranger in there, and then goes down. So, you know, it doesn't do a whole lot, but part of the whole system, and you can do more with it because you can change things around. What's great is I was able to find a lot of these Build a Zord parts. You know, people would just, I don't know, they wouldn't keep them, and then they'd get them in a secondhand store. So I had extra, and that the new, really nice, expensive Power, you know, Ranger Megazord has those octagon pieces up there. So having the extra pieces allowed me to stick these on here. So to give him more power. All right. And Imaginext and Fisher-Price got together as well, and they came out with their Power Rangers Tiger Zord in 2018. All right, so again, you got that guy, the mouth opens and closes, and you have a spring-loaded missile. I usually don't leave, I try not to leave, if I can, things not spring-loaded so that the spring doesn't lose compression over time. And the tail goes up and down. And you can put your Power Ranger in there. I got this at a secondhand store too. And when you turn him, it does this ferocious claw attack. And his mouth opens as well. All right. So, well, there was a time when Marvel, Star Wars, and Jurassic Park came out with a toy that Power Rangers quickly followed with. And also Transformers. So these are the mashups. Okay. So this is a Jurassic Park mashup. And all these figures, it's a whole line of toys. They're really well articulated. And this one even has like ratchet motion. But you can pull things apart. You see, and there's a socket system. And you can mix and match, you know, whatever kind of dinosaurs you want. But they also had Transformers, like a big line of Transformers too. And again, really well articulated. You could add different kinds of weapons to them. You see it's got a socket there. And there were all kinds of pieces. And this is, you know, Optimus Prime. And again, you can change the arms if you want. Like that. And socket system. You could add something up there. On the back. You know, on the feet. There's actually like this big housing that you can make like a Super Optimus, make him taller. All right. And then they also had in the Marvel line, same thing. And then this one has like a fist that you can push. It's got that compression firing mechanism. You just have to push hard enough and then it, you know, as you're pushing on it, it just shoots off. All right. And this is Juggernaut, and part of the X-Men series. And then Star Wars and Darth Vader. So, and they're just really, you know, generally really great. You know, good articulation and good size, you know. And again, you know, you can mix and morph them. I put a band around there to keep the cape on. All right. Well, so as I was saying, Power Rangers did the same thing. So they call theirs mix and morph. And they're different because they use all ball joints, which give you a lot of more range on articulation. And I think over time are going to last longer. Because my experience is with the socket system, over time, the plastic starts to wear out. But this is a pretty significant joint. I don't think it's not even that easy to take off in some places. But you can see you got good articulation. You have a weapon. You can hold the weapon here, or you can ball joint it onto something. You know, you can see like I ball jointed the sword. And you can see that is the White Ranger sword. And then you can fit that into his hand. Okay. And good head articulation as well. All right. Well, you can mix and morph these in many different ways, which I did. So I mixed the gray Power Ranger with our Tiger Zord. And you can see there's other places to put in sockets. So I made a Centaur. So there you go, gray Power Ranger, white Tiger Zord, Centaur. And if you want, you see, you can just pull that off, and then you can change it there. So now you have the White Ranger, Tiger Zord, Centaur. So, you know, just all kinds of ways that you can mix and match these things. Mix and morph, actually. Okay, so Mix and Match is the other brand over there, the Hasbro brand. The Playmates makes Power Rangers. All right, so for my next incredible feat, I'm going to transform this fella into the Tiger Zord. Been a long time, so let's see if he transforms the same way. You see that? It's got like a nice metal joint in there. So far, the same way. Move that foot out of the way. And that folds. Let's see if we can just turn this. And then let's see, does the head just flip in there? Just pushes down. And look at that. All right, so these are metal. So the claws are metal. So it just has a nice, heftier feel to it. You know, and you get the articulation a little bit. You know, it's not like Transformers articulation, but Power Rangers does things their own way. And I love the feel of their plastic. Now you got your tail in there. And let's see. Yeah, this is metal too. I think that, yeah, it feels, yeah, that's metal. And then look, you have a little bit of articulation there. So for posing. Let's see. Let's compare those in size. Okay, so there you go. Here's the old one and the new one. And I tell you, there's still a lot to be desired about the old one too, isn't there? Nice model. Would have been great if those things weren't missing. I don't know why they came out to begin with. Like why they were, looks like they were made to come out. But I don't know. Maybe they just popped out. Someone forced them out. All right. And oh, it's not, there we go. And unfortunately, the new expensive, well-articulated one doesn't light up or anything like that. But, you know, sometimes those are just like gimmicky things, and I guess they wanted to make more of an adult version. So there you go, the 30th anniversary of the White Megazord, White Tiger Megazord. I hope you enjoyed that. Certainly fun getting these all together for you. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.